This tutorial will explain how to configure the settings on your front desk check-in system in preparation for opening day. There are two places that you'll need to check your settings. The first is in the Front Desk Settings tab. Go to MemberSplash Settings and then Front Desk Settings. First, you will choose the fields to use when looking up member accounts at check-in. We recommend using last name, since everyone knows that and it eliminates the need for anyone to know their account number or carry a membership card. Next, you'll select which account types are allowed to check in. This is important since it may have changed since the end of last season. You'll want to ensure that check marks are next to only those accounts who will be eligible to use the pool on opening day if they've paid their dues. Closed accounts, waitlisted accounts, and partial season accounts should not be checked. While it is possible to exclude unpaid accounts from being displayed on the check-in screen, it's often easier for the front desk agent to find an account and see that it's unpaid than to not be able to find the account at all. So we recommend leaving this box unchecked. At the bottom of the page, you may select to include a legacy account number and check-in notes on the check-in screen if you wish. There's a separate tutorial on how check-in notes work. Click the blue Save Changes button at the bottom of the page. The second place that you'll need to check your front desk settings is in the check-in screen itself. Click on the MemberSplash Dashboard tab. Then click Check-in. Clicking on the down arrow in the search field will display those search criteria that you just configured in your front desk settings. Click on the wrench icon in the upper right corner. First, enter the number of credits to deduct for each guest type. You may select a different rate for adults versus children and for weekdays versus weekends. The system will automatically know which days are weekends and will adjust the required credits accordingly. In this example, the rate for an adult guest is $6 on a weekday and $8 on a weekend. The rate for a child guest is $3 on a weekday and $4 on a weekend. If you have additional pricing parameters, such as price reductions in the evening, you may want to check the box that will allow your front desk attendant to override the automatically calculated number of credits to deduct per guest and to manually select a number. If your club allows some guests to come in free of charge, such as visiting grandparents or children under 2, then click the Enable No Charge option. Determine whether or not to require guest names. We recommend requiring names so that guests will be included in your visits reports. This will help you enforce your bylaws if your club has restrictions on the number of times a guest may use the pool during the season. Enter the price per credit. In this example, we're using $1 per credit. Since our guest fees of $6, $3, $8, and $4 have a common denominator of 1. However, if your guest fee prices divide nicely into higher common denominators, you're welcome to make the price per credit higher and then charge less credits. For example, if your guest fees are $10 per adult and $15 on the weekends, then make the price per credit $5 and charge 2 credits on the weekdays and 3 credits on the weekends. If you have additional pricing parameters, such as price discounts for the purchase of multiple credits, then you can check the box to enable a manual price override. This will allow your front desk attendant to override the automatic price calculation and manually select a number. However, it's worth noting that offering price discounts only for guest passes purchased in advance of arriving at the pool can incentivize your members to pre-purchase, which minimizes longer transactions at your front desk. Automatic price calculations are also easier for your treasurer to reconcile. Next, click on each of the payment options that you wish to accept at your front desk. Then, click on the one option that will be your default option. If your club chooses not to allow guest passes to be purchased at the pool at all, then click on the Disable Guest Pass Purchase checkbox. Members will still be permitted to purchase guest credits in advance by logging into their MemberSplash accounts. Click the Submit button at the bottom of the page. You are now ready to check members into the pool.